Welcome to a Coffee Talk with P3 special presentation. From now until September 19th, the Coffee Talk with P3 podcast is highlighting many of the theater and arts nonprofits participating in the Long Beach Gives Annual Day of Giving. Let's listen in to hear more from today's special guest.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk with P3. I'm John Peterson, the Executive Director of P3 Theater Company, and I am here today with the charming Lynn Atkins, the Artistic Director of South Coast Chorale. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me today.
You are my victim of the day.
Oh, wow.
So, we are here to talk about South Coast Chorale.
Absolutely.
But before we talk about South Coast Chorale, let's find out a little bit about Lynn Atkins.
Sure.
What's your background in the arts? How did you come to be involved in the arts in general?
Sure. So I've been, I guess you can easily say, a lifelong artist. I started singing at age 9 in elementary school, singing choirs and kind of playing recorder, if you will, if you remember that from your music education classes.
My girlfriend in high school played the recorder.
There we go. So throughout middle school and high school, I just continued, and it really became part of who I was. So it was the natural progression to go get a bachelor's in music education. I'm an 18-year veteran of the public school system, teaching in New Jersey and Virginia. And then in 2022, I just felt like it was time for a change. And so I saw an advertisement for a choral position here in Los Angeles, and I got the job, so I moved. Came across the country.
Wow.
And I am now here in LA working at Cal State Dominguez Hills as their Director of Choral Activities and Voice Area Supervisor. I do a little bit of side work with a group called LA Bronze. I work for South Coast Chorale, and then I also sing with Long Beach Commemorated singers.
Oh, you do?
So I'm a pretty busy guy.
You sure are. My goodness. And the South Coast Chorale themselves, I know them well, and boy, they are a handful. So you're gonna.
They are exciting. I'm so excited for the start of our season.
Yes, Lynn is the brand new artistic director for them, and I almost feel like a lifelong fan. So I'm excited for you to be able to jump into this position.
Thank you.
They've been under great leadership, and it sounds like they're going to be continuing under great leadership.
I'm going to do my level best.
You mentioned to me, we were having a little chat before the interview today,
Yes.
that South Coast Chorale is coming up on their 35th anniversary.
Yes, we are. Our organization was founded in 1990, and since then we have been doing everything we can to not only promote LGBTQ community and belonging, but also giving a voice to our community. Whether it was through, the AIDS crisis of the early 90s into the aughts, and even now as we talk about concepts of diversity, inclusion, and equity, and where does that find our LGBTQ community, we want to make sure that we're always giving a voice to ourselves and to others who are still trying to find their way out of their own individual positions and live their truth. So I think South Coast Chorale really provides a vital opportunity to do that. And it's through such a different lens, through performing, through singing, through being, just yourself without any apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
South Coast Chorale productions I've seen over the years, they lend to that in such a unique way. There's a lot of storytelling. You're not just going to see a choir concert.
Right. Not
people just standing there singing a bunch of pretty music. There are stories being told, and in a lot of the cases I've seen, stories of people in the chorale themselves, which it not only are they lending themselves to you through their artistry, but through their stories.
Correct. Yes.
I've witnessed in their concerts when one of the singers has gotten up and told their story. She was transgender, and I was just kind of looking around and seeing so much realization that people were just I'm trying to think of the word, so much familiarity with the stories.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really touching to the community to be told such personal stories And then you've got the language of music in there, which it's a universal language.
Absolutely.
So there's so much acceptance. And that's one of the things I love about the chorale most. I'm a huge spokesperson for the chorale.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
So you're just starting with them, excited to start with your first season, which is
That's right.
their anniversary season for
Their
them.
35th anniversary, and we're getting together starting next week.
Can you give us any type of sneak peek as to what you have planned for them, or what the public can expect in this coming year?
I can drop a few breadcrumbs.
Okay.
So we're going to start the season off with a good push towards social justice and a good push towards examining how we can live together and coexist together and really live as a pluralistic society. That just because we believe one thing doesn't mean we have to shrug everything else off. That we can coexist and we can find common threads that pull us together. From there, we'll go into a loved-themed cabaret, which will be kind of our midwinter, if you will, presentation. And then we'll wrap the season up with a kind of a look back at the past 35 years of what the ensemble has done. We'll bring back some highlights from those 35 years, and we'll also push ahead with a few ideas. So it's going to be a really exciting season, an opportunity to celebrate 35 years, which is a landmark for an organization like this.
Huge.
With the advent of LGBTQ choruses throughout the 80s and the 90s, it's really interesting to be at this point where we're, kind of unique in one way because we're an SATB chorus, soprano, alto, tenor, bass. And sometimes not sometimes, a lot of places don't have that particular style of chorus. It tends to be a treble chorus, which is more sopranos and altos, or a tenor bass chorus, which is normally, your cisgendered men or trans men who are singing tenor and bass. So to have SATB sound, which is what you would find in most choruses, is a unique position to be in, and it allows us to look at music in a different lens, in a different shape. So we're very excited to bring forth this 35th season.
I love and I'm particularly excited about the social justice aspect of it. Sure. Because it's so relevant today.
Absolutely.
It's more relevant than I think anybody actually realizes. It's so important.
Yes, absolutely. When we look at what's going on in our world and the conflict that we're seeing, we just want to make sure that people understand it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
We can coexist. So we look forward to bringing that message forward.
That's great. You mentioned that it's an SATB chorus.
That's right.
And it is primarily known as Long Beach's premier gay chorus, correct?
That's right.
But I do believe that not everybody in the chorus is gay. Is that correct?
That is correct. We do have a strong allyship, and we love having that ability to have people who are standing behind us and standing alongside of us and saying, these people are just as valid, just as cared for and loved and concerned as anyone else should be.
Inclusivity.
So that inclusivity is really important to us, and we welcome that allyship. We welcome anyone of any shape, size, gender, feeling, spirit to come along and sing with us. We would love to have you.
That's another very unique quality of the chorus is the fact that it is all-inclusive. You don't have to be a gay chorus.
That's
or
right.
a regular chorus. I would say straight chorus, but I don't.
That feels a little weird.
Because we all know what happens in the arts. But it is with the gay community and their allies, and witnessing that bond. It is another testament to the fact that we can all live together and have different backgrounds and beliefs, and it's an amazing thing to see. So how would people find out information about South Coast Chorale's programming?
That's great. Great question. So you can just go to southcoastchorale.org. And on our website, we have lots of information for you in terms of auditioning with the ensemble, how our concert dates are, our rehearsal schedule. We have all of that there for anyone who's interested in finding out more about us and hopefully wanting to join us.
That's great. What type of involvement does the chorale have outside of its concerts or performances, what type of involvement in the community is there? With the
Sure.
chorale?
So the chorale does do a good bit of outreach, whether it is attending Long Beach Pride or making sure that we are visible in other ways within the community. We're always trying to, again, make that connection and build on the positive relationships that we have with our partners, whether they be business, corporate, whether they are other nonprofits. So we're always looking to create those bonds, to solidify those bonds as we move forward in our work of making sure that our community is seen and valued and preserved.
Great. And I bet on that website too that people can find out how to support the South Coast
Oh
Chorale.
yes, absolutely. There are many ways to support South Coast Chorale. You can go to our website for more full details, but we always want people to know that they can come see our concerts. They can volunteer to work with us, where there's always work to be done. And then of course, any connections that anyone might have to help us grow and reach out. We are an organization that loves to perform. So if you know that you have an event that you would like for South Coast Chorale to sing at, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to see how we can help in that regard.
Oh wow, you guys are available for private events as well?
Yes.
Type things? Wow,
Yes.
I did not even know that as much as I
Yes.
thought I knew about the chorale. That's so cool. Wow. Fun, oh my gosh, I'm totally picturing my next birthday party. There's gonna be a lot of fun at that one. As far as funding, because I've seen your guys' concerts and there's no holding back. I mean, it's
Absolutely not.
top-notch production
We
values.
go for the gold. Absolutely.
Always in great venues all over the city. I know for a first-hand fact that those are not cheap.
No, they are not. And ticket prices that we collect only cover maybe between 25 and 30% of our cost. So we really do rely on any type of donations that we can receive. We rely on corporate sponsorship. We do a lot of grant work and a lot of development in those avenues. So we are so thankful to organizations like Long Beach Gives who help us meet the difference in our budgeting.
Yes. It is so true and so sad that ticket sales can't just cover it, because all those other things that you have to do, that takes time and energy.
It does.
And with most nonprofits, like South Coast Chorale, like P3 Theater, we're all very skeleton crew organizations.
Yes.
We don't have a big, large staff, like, big office building type thing.
Absolutely.
We're all scrambling around. I know for a fact a lot of the members volunteer their time.
True.
Your board of directors is very active.
They're wonderful.
They're
They are
fantastic.
a wonderful team, but yes, all volunteer based. So it's a labor of love to put on each of the concerts that we do each year.
So in order to help the chorale continue to give back to the community and get involved in the community, they really do rely on that individual donations, corporate sponsorships. One of the things I like to suggest and bring up that I've only recently started remembering to do myself is recurring donations.
Oh, absolutely.
If you think $20 a month, it's like what, 2 Starbucks in a month
These days.
But when an organization has a recurring donor, that's income that they can start to expect.
That's
And
right.
where they can put that into their budgets and know that the operations of it itself
Sure.
costs a lot,
Yes.
aside from the performances. So those monthly donations really help them be able to determine what they can and can't do and what they need to do to grow.
That's
so
right.
consider a recurring donation as well. Again, the
Absolutely.
price of the Starbucks or 2, I'd be willing to give up a coffee.
Hey,
Yeah, I tell you what, I have a secret.
go for it.
If you want a free coffee, go to a car dealership. Save on that Starbucks. Donate to South Coast Chorale.
We would appreciate it. Absolutely.
And okay, I'm not going to bash Starbucks. I love my Starbucks. But you just mentioned also
Yes.
Long Beach Gives.
Yes, I did.
And Long Beach Gives has been around 6 years, but I know there are still a lot of people out there that don't know about it. So if you are watching this video and you do not know what Long Beach Gives is, It's a major fundraising campaign that's very similar to Giving Tuesday, which is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, where the whole world comes together and gives to their favorite charities. Long Beach Gives is a city-driven campaign that was started by Julie Meenan and the Nonprofit Partnership. And the first year, I know this is your first year personally being involved with Long Beach Gives, but the chorale has been involved since the beginning. I know Dee very well, your grant writer. We actually took a grant writing course together here, which is how we met. So the chorale's been involved since the beginning, but as your first year, the first year of the campaign only had about 60 or so organizations involved.
I didn't realize that.
And this year, Long Beach Gives is up to 250 nonprofit organizations. So and that's only about 1/5 of the number of nonprofits in Long Beach.
That is such a testament to the people who do give to Long Beach Gives, that you support your community and the array of different nonprofits that work to make it such a better place to live and thrive in.
Absolutely, and every dollar that's donated through the Long Beach Gives campaign or any other fundraising campaign is put to good use and is how we can continue to give back to the community. And it's vital. A little trivia about nonprofits. I was looking them up because before I started my theater company, I used to say the only thing I know about nonprofits is being an actor. So I did a little research on nonprofits, and they were actually created to help subsidize needs of the community that the government couldn't or wouldn't provide. So we're here to help the communities from the inside, help build the communities, help grow, help support the communities. So again, it goes back to those donations because the money doesn't grow on trees, and unless you've got a huge angel donor and don't need the money, I don't even know of any organization
I'm
can
not
say
sure
that.
if we can say that anymore.
But that's why campaigns such as Long Beach Gives are so important. It gives you guys the opportunity. It also builds the awareness of the organizations that are out there making that difference, because a lot of times, particularly non-arts organizations, they're kind of like the silent organizations. You don't see or hear a lot of them out there. You hear us because of the beautiful voices in the chorale.
That's right.
But it builds that awareness of the organizations that are in the community. So to find out more about Long Beach Gives fundraising campaign, you go to the website, longbeachgives.org right there, and you can look up South Coast Chorale on that, aside from their own website as well. And you can look up any of the 16 causes that are represented in the campaign. You can search by cause, such as arts and culture, there's homeless, youth services, it's just everything, any environmental. You can search by that, and you don't have to donate to just one organization. All in one shopping cart, you can donate to all of your favorite arts organizations or all of the arts organizations, or just one. It's completely your choice, and it is so easy to do. The Long Beach Gives fundraising campaign is Thursday, September 19th this year, but there's a window of early giving that opens as early as September 12th.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So you can go to longbeachgives.org on September 12th and donate to your favorite organization or organizations from there through the 19th. But if your pockets are if there's holes being burned in them with the plethora of cash that you have, and you cannot wait to donate to South Coast Chorale until September 12th, you can still go to their website today, right now, right this minute, if you want to donate. And that website again?
That website again is southcoastchorale.org.
southcoastchorale.org. And if you don't have the money to give, spread the word about the chorale. Sign up to volunteer.
Absolutely.
Heck, and you don't have to be a professional singer to sign up to sing. You go through a very painless audition process.
That's right.
And any level, and from what I've seen of the chorale, there are all levels, and the chorale works together as a unit to build each other up. And as an artistic director, it's your job to make them sound good.
That's absolutely right.
And if I know that you can do that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No worries there.
Yeah. So is there any other programming or any other facts or things that people really should know about the chorale that we haven't covered today?
I think more than anything, I want to emphasize the idea that we are welcoming, we are fun, we love to have a good time. And this music that we get to perform is our way of doing that. So we really welcome you to come try us out, come audition, and join us. We start on Monday, August 26th.
That's awesome. I cannot wait to see what the chorale has in store with you. So
Thank
excited for the
you.
upcoming season, for the 35th year, and for your current reign. That's REIGN.
Yes.
Thank you again. Thank you, Lynn, for coming to talk with us today.
Absolutely. It's been my pleasure. Thank you so much.
And thank you to the community for all you do to help us support the community as well. On top of those thank yous, I'd like to thank Buell Brown of Stage Explorations, our producer, for filming us and putting this whole series together, as well as the nonprofit partnership for allowing us to use their facility to conduct these interviews. So thank you so much, and we will see you next time on Coffee Talk with P3. Ciao for now.
Long Beach Theater needs your support. We hope you will consider donating on Long Beach Gives Day to all the theater and arts nonprofits that are participating in Long Beach Gives on September 19th. If you could donate to all the nonprofits participating with Long Beach Gives, that would be awesome too. Remember to mark your calendar and pass this date and video on to your work colleagues, family, and friends. Please support the Long Beach nonprofit community on September 19th. Go, 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 Long Beach Gives Day! To learn more about the Coffee Talk with P3 podcast and the nonprofit theater behind this podcast, go to the P3 Theater Company website at www.p3theater.biz. That's P3theatre.biz. And if you are a theater and arts nonprofit that would like to be highlighted on a Coffee Talk with P3 podcast, or you know a nonprofit that should be highlighted, please email me, John Peterson, at john@p3theater.biz. That's Jon John at p3theater.biz. We would love to start a conversation with you and your nonprofit. Looking forward to enjoying another coffee and discussion with you in the future. Long Beach Theater needs your support. We hope you will consider donating on Long Beach Gives Day to all the theater and arts nonprofits that are participating in Long Beach Gives on September 19th. If you could donate to all the nonprofits participating with Long Beach Gives, that would be awesome too. Remember to mark your calendar and pass this date and video on to your work colleagues, family, and friends. Please support the Long Beach nonprofit community on September 19th. Go, 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 Long Beach Gives Day!